Apple unveils M1, its first system on a chip for portable Mac computers. Did I hear that right? MBP and MBA on the same M1 chip? I wonder if the MBP has higher peak clocks or if it can just sustain the same peak performance for longer. It'll be interesting to see how the mobile and computer chips bounce off of each other over the next few years. I wouldn't recommend tossing your electronics at each other. Even all else being equal, the battery gains alone are truly amazing. The fact that these chips will best performance of comparable Intel's while still nearly doubling battery life is extremely impressive. Everything shits over Intel these days. AMD were the first to. The performance per watt seems pretty amazing. Means a cool laptop and a battery that lasts forever. Will be pretty tight when sitting down to get work done. Some seriously good quality of life improvements here. If this shit really doesn't get hot, that's crazy. MacBook Airs are basically $1,000 lap warmers. That's Intel for you. Even on a Windows laptop with a modest fan, you can warm up pizza on the bottom. Lol, John Hodgman with the cameo. No Justin Long though. Trying to understand. The laptops have the same chip? The Pro has a fan, so it'll be clocked higher and throttled less. Also note that this is the lower-end MBP, which wasn't super different to the i5 MBA to begin with. I wonder what they're going to call the iOS M series motion coprocessors now. They've been integrated right into the SoC now, so they aren't a separate unit anymore since 2016. Can't wait to see what the 4-port MBP and the rest of the Pro lineup has. Same, I suspect the 4-port MBP will be the rumored 14-inch, I hope so at least. The snappiness of Safari? I'd assume very. First AMD fired shots at Intel, and now Apple's doing it. Poor guy, Intel's already dead. Well, this laptop, MacBook Air, is not for me, but for what it is amazing. 1. 18 hours battery life. 2. Fanless. 3. $1,004. Most likely will be as good as iPad Pro, so office work and light photo, video editing will be fast and smooth AF. Dell executives are probably ripping their hair out. Edit. And boy am I glad for owning that Apple stock 3. It's probably as good or better than the iPad Pro. They showed in the graphs that it can go up to 20 W of power usage, which is around double what the iPad Pro can do. More power usage equals higher frequencies. Hopefully the fabless fanless design can actually maintain that performance and not throttle after 5 minutes. Maximum of 16 GB of RAM on the MPB? MacBook Bro. Damn. They brought back John Hodgman. I'm a PC guy. Shots fired. Love to see the competition. Lord, this thread is more useful than the live thread where it was just ZOMG 720p webcam XDXD. Why are all the Macs they announced limited to 16 GB RAM? That's my only issue with them. The RAM is integrated with the SoC. One RAM to rule them all. The M1 chip brings up to 16 GB of super-fast unified memory. This single pool of high bandwidth, low latency memory allows apps to share data between the CPU, GPU, and neural engine efficiently, so everything you do is fast and fluid. Not to jump the gun, but isn't this shit kinda revolutionary? They are boasting some seriously incredible performance. Apple marketing always makes bold claims, so we'll have to see from benchmarks just how valid they are. One of the slides indicated the M1 chip had 2.6 teraflop throughput, which is good, but it'd also put it right around the performance of Intel's Tiger Lake iGPU. Any info on Ms. Office on Apple Silicon was the biggest absence I feel in this announcement. Apple showed Office run native ARM versions back at WWDC, so I imagine they'll be ready for release soon. F in the chats for all who believed that there would be thin bezels, a 14-inch MacBook Pro, relatively larger iMac AirPods Studio overhead, Apple headphones, AirTags, fans in the MacBook Air. Fans in the MacBook Air. Lol, yeah. I was hoping for those AirTags and headphones though. I understand that they had to focus to shift these products to ARM, and it was probably not a priority to change designs and add new features that customers actually interact with. That will probably come down the line. But I think it's a huge missed opportunity to not introduce ARM with a lineup of an entirely new era of MacBooks that will generate excitement with consumers. People generally don't care about the chip inside, they care about the thing they look at and interact with. Give people the new thing to interact with, that new and fresh, and the ARM will ride along with that. Just look at how the 16 inches was received. Now the ARM will barely be noticed, while it would have been with a new lineup, in my opinion. True. But one could say that ARM chips aren't seen as real computer chips. So, by Apple putting the ARM chip inside of an established laptop's design, they transfer that importance and legitimacy to the ARM version. Their graphs and slides are so clickbaity that I can't take this. 6 times faster, 3 times faster without actually providing proper reference to what is the slower system, and those graphs without any axis marking LMAO. It's going to bite them in the butt not explaining that the M1 in the MacBook Pro will perform significantly better without throttling because it has a fan. Lots of comments asking, it's the same chip, why would I buy the more expensive one? Already. But I guess if you're asking, you most certainly don't need the Pro. But you think Apple would like them to buy it anyway, smiley face. That's us asking that. Most people just walk and either want the affordable model or they think their needs are Pro tier with laptops and want that model. When I've sold Macs in the past, it was very rare to have someone ping-ponging between the two model tiers. It was more about how much RAM and what screen size should I pick. 2.6 teraflops is truly incredible for an integrated graphics chip. Edit. Thanks to you, PandaPanda730, for teaching me new stuff and clarifying. Teraflops is a horrible way to compare GPU performance in real-world scenarios. If teraflops did scale, then the Radeon 7 would have beat the 1080Ti handily, but it wasn't close. We'll have to wait and see how it actually does once they're released. As a college student, the Air with 16 GB RAM is enticing. I thought the Pro would have lesser battery life but frickin' 20 hours. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss more awesome videos.